We've had 2 score leads in 2 games.
Yeah.
We were back and forth in this Bills game, and we still can't find a way to win. That's the thing that's fucking pissing me off. Because we're playing well to win, but why are we not winning?
Yeah.
It's a play here and there.
But it's the defense. It falls on the defense.
It does fall on the defense.
These 2 losses, they fall on the defense. There's no other way to say it. Both of them fall on the defense. This one too. I mean,
the Heem fumble, unfortunately, also was a big part of that game.
But that was the first drive of the second half.
I know, but it's the one possession where we didn't score in the second half. And that ultimately could have been the difference.
That's true. But
that's why I'm not saying, I'm not saying it's his fault by any stretch of the imagination. It definitely falls more on the defense, especially these last 2 weeks. But it's always come down to one play for us. And it's like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Back-to-back game-losing field goals hurt.
And then one of them's a 61-yard field goal into the win when a guy that's been struggling all year to kick the ball drills it that could have made it from 70.
I was gonna say it was like hit.
It wasn't even close.
It was going like that could have been a whole 100-yard field goal.
I'm like, why can't we catch a damn fucking break? Welcome back to another Tranquilo Sports Talk. And every week, it is just a bunch of the same shit. So we're here to talk some Fins today, obviously.
Woo!
And I really don't know where we're going to go because we didn't really talk about our temperature going into this. So I know how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
I kind of know how you're feeling considering, last week you were already in the dumps.
I am the villain now. The villain is here. And so
I am assuming you're going to be in a lot of that same headspace today.
I am.
But let's talk about what went down in Buffalo this weekend.
Yes, Buffalo offense continues to roll with Tua back. I think Tua's been looking great. I think the offense, we moved the ball at will, ran the ball very well against Buffalo. I think that was a great back and forth game in terms of the offensive side of the ball. I have really not many complaints there, to be honest. Outside of one fumble, it was pretty good throughout. No other turnovers, and we were in the entire game. Of course, we find new ways to lose each week, and this week's version is a hit to the head penalty on a 3rd and 9, and then followed by a 61-yard field goal by Tyler Bass, who missed an extra point and almost missed 2 extra points in the game.
And has been really bad all year.
Yeah. So, I just have come to accept that I think this season is pretty much over. I'm done.
You're done?
I'm not done. I'm going to still be there every week, and I can be back at any moment. But for the sake of this recording, I may be done because this defense, now back-to-back weeks. Granted, Josh Allen's our daddy. He freaking owns us. The guy is, truly, it's truly incredible. His stupid touchdown pass, I don't even know how he completed it.
That was crazy.
And I don't even know what to say anymore about them. But the defense, again, pretty big letdown this week. And, if now we're in a spot that we're 2-6, like we are 2-6, and now we essentially almost have to win out to even sniff the playoffs.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has to do with hoping that other teams ahead of us start kind of losing their footing. So it's not very encouraging. There's a lot. Granted, with that being said, I do think that there's some positive takeaways in terms of,
100%.
I think the offense is exactly the offense that we expected going into the year. You've got Tua playing really well. The O-line, honestly, we've, people dogging the O-line. I got to give a clap to the O-line. I mean,
Absolutely.
Armstead's the number one tackle in the league, according to Pro Football Focus. Brewer is the number 3 center. Like, they've been totally good. Like, they've been really good. And the running game's been awesome.
The running game are absolutely insane. I remember in one of those runs, I don't remember which one it was, but like the ball was still in the backfield. And I just remember being like, holy cow, look at that hole that this guy's about to run through. And he ran for 18 yards on that play. Yeah,
so like the offensive side of the ball, this is back-to-back weeks. You've got your team healthy, and holy cow. And back-to-back weeks, the team is healthy and looking really good, and it sucks because that's resulted into 2 losses somehow.
Yeah.
Because our defense,
we played 2 of our best games of offense this year, and we haven't turned them into wins, which I think that's infuriating. You basically, not basically, you did lose both of those games by game-winning field goals.
Yeah.
With the offense not even getting an opportunity to, finish with the ball. Right? Which, with the way the offense has been playing, you're feeling good if you're down by a possession because they answered, right?
Yeah.
We were down before with 5-6 minutes left in the game. And what did Tua do? Drove the ball down the field, finds Waddle in for a touchdown to tie it.
Great drive.
I mean, I don't want to get into it too much, but do you think we should have gone for 2 there? Everyone was talking about us going for 2 there.
No, I
don't think it makes a difference. They still drive down the field, and it's still a field goal game.
You have a lead, and
there's
2 things to it.
And you put a little bit of pressure there.
You apply pressure to it, them, right? You're in the same scenario with them driving. However, if they don't get it, you're looking at them having to just try to run out the clock.
Right, exactly.
But you've got 3 timeouts, so you kind of play the game of like, all right, we're going to stack the box and see if we can get a turn. But then it's the same situation that you're in. You still need a field goal.
I think you just got to trust your defense to be able to get the stop so that your offense can get the ball back.
It's tough, if there was
and
less
then have
time,
those timeouts.
Right? If there was less time, I would.
I think the game management by Mike was very good in that game.
Yeah,
he had all the timeouts there towards the end.
It's the defense.
He had to burn one. Obviously, we forced Buffalo to have to use one because we were chunking down the clock. They're in the goal line. It's like everyone wants to put the blame on Mike, obviously, and I think there's a level of blame, and we can get into that. But at the end of the day, from the offensive side of the ball, he called a hell of a game, efficient as hell, and just I think everything that happened at the point where we tie the game, you can't ask for a better played game.
No, you can't. Like, in terms of, I agree with everything you just said. And in terms like the offense, like it's not only just this game, it's back-to-back games.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it's going like exactly how this offense should look, and it's encouraging. But then on the flip side, like, I mean, I don't care. Like, we've got a few injuries. Like, they just get gashed. And granted, I will say that, I mean, the first half, I mean, we only allowed like 6 points.
Yeah,
it's been our
second half defense. Last week was the same thing.
We're getting destroyed.
We gave up 24 points in the second half this game, and we gave up, I believe, 21 or so in the Arizona game.
Yeah.
So if you look at first half defense versus second half defense, you give credit obviously to the other teams and the adjustments that they've made at the half to be able to, scheme against whatever we're showing defensively. But the defense is 2 different teams when it comes out in the second half. They can't buy a stop in the second half.
No.
And yes, maybe injuries have a play. Like if Vaughn's on the field, I don't know if half of those things happen in that game, right? Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips, like that's the never-ending story.
Sealer's a big one that we should be getting back hopefully this week, but
the reality is
it doesn't excuse it.
Even with everything that goes on, the defense had 2 chances, one in this game and one in last game, to get a stop, and they just couldn't get the stop. One stop. Forget about how poorly they played in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. Get that one stop.
Yeah.
And you win those 2 games. You know? It's infuriating. And I'm going to pull up some numbers here, right? First downs, we led in first downs, 26-24. Total plays, we had 1 more play that we ran than they ran. 373 total yards of offense compared to their 325. Time of possession, 31:53 to 28:07. It's like we're dominating these games at pretty much every capacity, and we're still losing. You look at the Arizona game, right? Same amount of first downs. We had 389 yards of total offense. They had 377. We had 29 minutes of possession. They had 30 minutes of possession. Very even game, and obviously it led to a 1-point game.
But we were up. Two scores twice.
We were up 2 scores in every game, and we were even up 2 scores in the Colts game the weekend before. By the way,
I know.
We've had 2 score leads in 2 games.
Yeah.
We were back and forth in this Bills game, and we still can't find a way to win. That's the thing that's fucking pissing me off. Because we're playing well to win, but why are we not winning?
Yeah.
It's a play here and there.
But it's the defense. It falls on the defense.
It does fall on the defense.
These 2 losses, they fall on the defense. There's no other way to say it. Both of them fall on the defense. This one too. I mean,
the Heem fumble, unfortunately, also was a big part of that game.
But that was the first drive of the second half.
I know, but it's the one possession where we didn't score in the second half. And that ultimately could have been the difference.
That's true. But
that's why I'm not saying, I'm not saying it's his fault by any stretch of the imagination. It definitely falls more on the defense, especially these last 2 weeks. But it's always come down to one play for us. And it's like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Back-to-back game-losing field goals hurt.
And then one of them's a 61-yard field goal into the win when a guy that's been struggling all year to kick the ball drills it that could have made it from 70.
I was gonna say it was like hit.
It wasn't even close.
It was going like that could have been a whole 100-yard field goal.
I'm like, why can't we catch a damn fucking break?
We can't catch a break. We can't catch a single break
because we're playing well.
The offense is playing well.
The defense is not playing well. I get it. The defense is not playing great.
They're not. They are not.
The defense is not playing great. But I still think that they're playing well enough for us to win, hypothetically. But there's a play, in this instance, it was a Poyer. The one before in the Arizona game was like the Marvin Harrison diving catch on 3rd and 15 that extended the drive that turned into points for them. You just look at these plays and you're like, dude, the ball could have gone either other way, and we win those games. And we're sitting at 4-4 right now instead of 2-2 or 2-6.
Yeah. Or you'd be 5-3 if you count the Colts game.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, I mean, but the thing is, the reality of it is we are 2-6. We are 2-6. Whether we have bad luck, whether we had a crazy good offensive stretch, it doesn't matter. We're 2-6 on the outside, not even looking in, because we are not even close to looking through the window, because we still have a gauntlet ahead of us that it looks easier than it did a few months ago, but these teams are still going to be the same. These teams are still going dude.
But no, wait. Before you get into it, I know Pooch over here wants to say something because I want to spend time on this next couple weeks.
So on the game itself, do you think that we left too much time on the clock?
I mean, no. What could you have done? You had to score. You're down 7.
And they were calling timeouts anyway. Yeah. So, we wouldn't have...
I knew when there was a minute 30 that I'm like, this game's not over at all. Yeah. I knew they had a great chance of driving it down the field.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the defense didn't do its job, but it did enough of its job to leave a 61-yard field goal out there.
Yeah.
The defense also had a huge goal line interception.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I mean,
was a hell of a play by Ramsey. Coleman also kind of bobbled that ball.
That was an absolute drop.
Allowed that to happen, but he still made a great play 100%. On that ball.
My thing is, do you look at the defense as a whole, or do you look at...
We got to force turnovers. That's the reality.
Yeah. You look at a player that's like, bro, your...
Defense as a whole. We don't apply pressure.
There's Josh a bunch of guys.
Last drive, it was a 3rd and 14. Chop Robinson gets a false start. Rookie
but he got a sack the play before. You can't blame him. That was a hard count. He took advantage of a rookie on a guy that was leaning to try to make a big play.
About to make a stop,
and by the way, it's still even the 3rd and 9. It was a stop. They still got the stop. If it wasn't for Jordan Poyer deciding to launch his head into the other guy's head for no reason, he didn't even have to do that. That's the worst part. He dropped it already.
Thank God, by the way, it wasn't a PI that they called, because if not, it would have been a spot foul.
What's the difference?
I
think we would have preferred it because we could have used our timeouts earlier. I mean, at that point, they just wasted more time for us. So,
that was just a heave by Josh Allen too. I'm just gonna get the ball over there and pray for a miracle.
Dude, it's a ridiculous play call.
They got the miracle,
and it paid off because we decided to. And granted, listen, there's 2 parts to it. It's a football play in terms of, I know he's not trying to do head-to-head contact because he's just trying to force an incomplete and make a hard hit.
Yeah.
But, dude, when you look at the replay, dude, I mean, it is the most launching head-to-head I've ever seen in my time. He didn't even attempt to, just go shoulder. He was, like head first. Like, what are you doing?
It's an in the moment.
100%. Granted, yes, I know.
But you're a veteran. You think like you're not gonna just.
I know. It just
let that moment just change a little bit.
100%. And it's not even that I'm blaming the loss on Jordan Poyer.
Yeah.
I'm really not. It's more the fact
it just hurts
that shit continues to happen to us. Whether Jordan Poyer or Chop or whatever, like that stuff like can't happen. And we continue to keep doing these mistakes, making these mistakes.
And apparently there's been similar calls that have been called back on those similar hits.
There's 3 of them that happened in the same weekend. One, there was not a penalty. One was a penalty, and the other one got ejected.
Yeah.
So it's completely, it's up to the refs' discretion. But at the end of the day, like you're putting yourself in that position. Like, and I get it.
I agree.
And I get it. Obviously, again, his intention isn't to knock the guy out with his head. But holy cow, like when you look at the replay, it's the most obvious. Like, don't even put yourself in that situation. Like, I don't know I'm not a safety, so I don't know what else to do. But launching with the head, going high up when the guy's up in the air is probably not the move. Like, just like try your best, I guess. Like,
just get a hand with your shoulder, there, like just wrap up. Like, anything.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's more the fact that these penalties or this stupid play here or there continues to cost us when we can't afford these losses anymore, especially when you're playing the Bills in division.
And you played the best game of the year.
A great game. You played a great game. And you let that happen, it's like it's annoying. And then like that's winning that game is such a difference. Like oh my god, it's like a huge turnaround. And then heading in now we have even less momentum than we had going into the week, right? Because you'd think, after the Cardinals game, you'd think maybe the guys are like, all right, this is like the moment we're playing Buffalo, like, and it showed it. They came out hot, they looked good, and it still resulted in a loss. So now the more as the weeks go, if we lose Monday night, like this team is gone. Like this team is gonna quit on. Like I don't even know what's the point of playing.
I don't know what you're playing for at that point.
Yeah, you're not playing for anything. We just passed the trade deadline, which we were supposed to be buyers at. We didn't do sell, we didn't buy, we didn't do anything. So it's gonna be we're just gonna rock with the same team and just hope for the best. Like, and I get it. I think the team's good enough, but it's also like, I don't know. I don't know if they know what to do right now.
Apparently we were actively trying to buy, nothing transpired.
Yeah.
For whatever reason that is, but yeah, this team, like they said in day one, was talented enough to win, and it's just I agree it is, but there's still tons of holes. Which there's holes on every team.
Yeah.
But they're getting exposed, unfortunately, and we're making one mistake that's the defining factor in these games, and I guess we're not playing well enough to be able to afford some of those mistakes. Because you look at the flip side, right? Look at the Chiefs. The Chiefs continue to find ways to win, and they're not even playing well. They're just in close games, and they're winning these close games.
Their defense, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Their defense is...
They're getting stops at the right moment.
They're riding their defense, like they did last year.
Yeah.
Their defense was better than their offense last year. It's just also you have, obviously, Patrick Mahomes, but like
it's not like Mahomes is having a great year.
No, he's having a terrible year, actually. He's playing awful.
Yeah.
And I thought he popped his Achilles yesterday, to be honest with you.
I didn't even see that.
Oh, dude. Yeah, he was on the ground and stuff, but then he came back in the game, so it was really weird. But listen, look, good teams win with holes, and you go fight against adversity, and this is the first time that I actually thought the team looked tough, in terms of they put up a fight, and we could have won this game, but it still ends in a loss either way. It doesn't matter what happened.
Exactly.
We're still 2-6.
What we look like and what the outcome was are two very different things.
At this point in the season, it doesn't matter. This was week 2.
Exactly.
I'd be like, oh my god, 61-yarder. Yeah. That's heartbreaking. But dude, we can beat these guys.
Yeah.
We're 2-6 now. Like that at this point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good we look. If you don't rack up wins at this point, it's meaningless.
Yeah.
So
let's get into the remainder of the schedule, I guess, for whatever that's worth, right? And I think you bring up a good point. This stretch of the season looked a lot more intimidating in the beginning of the year. Not to say that it's still not a tough stretch, but I still don't think it's. It'd be
a lot easier if we can afford to lose 3 games.
Right.
But we can't. We can basically afford to lose 1, maybe.
Maybe 2 hypothetically, but you're going to need a ton of help.
Yeah, you're going
to need a ton of help. But you start with Monday night against the Rams.
Yes.
That's obviously a must-win game.
It's as must-win as it comes.
And it's a team that we should be able to beat. They're 4-4. They're not this powerhouse team. They beat the Seahawks, who are not playing well in a crazy OT game. They beat the Vikings. That was a good win. And they beat the Raiders. They lost to the Packers. They lost to the Bears. And they lost to the 49ers. But
they're also on a 3-game win streak.
But exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was about to say.
Cooper
but they're playing good. They're playing good football, and they have their guys back.
So
that is going to be a testament again to our defense. I think this is going to be another shootout.
Yeah, take the
coming
over.
into Monday night.
I'm taking that over.
Just the way the defense, you hope Vaughn's back, and you hope
Steeler should be back,
maybe is back
yeah.
too. So obviously that helps the defense 100%.
We need to put pressure on.
We need both of those guys out
Stafford.
there. So you hope that those pieces come and they help this defense. But to your point, Rams are on a 3-game winning streak. How does this defense bounce back after 2 bad performances? And can the offense stay hot, right?
Yeah.
Tua now is back, more film on Tua. Our team's going to be able to make adjustments again like we've seen in the past with this team.
Yeah.
The thing that's carrying this offense really is obviously Tua's playing well, but it's set up by the running game.
100%. The running game has been insane the last 3 weeks. But again, it was insane last year. Like this is the offense that I expected to see.
But we continue to ride with it. Even when we're down by 7, we're 100%. Still running the ball, which I'd love to see that because it's working. It's 2nd and 9 and you're still running the ball. Like I'm okay with that. But reality is you got to win against the Rams because then what happens after that is you have two games
very winnable home games
that are extremely winnable games.
At
you
home.
have the Raiders and Patriots at home, right? If you win those 3, now you're like, oh shit, okay, we're sitting at 5 and 6 going into a big Thanksgiving game and a ton of momentum on your side, right? Because now you feel like, okay, we're figuring something out. We played 2 really good games and now we won 3 in a row, right? So now you're talking about the last 5 games playing good football, and then you're going into a tough game in Green Bay on Thanksgiving Day. You know that crowd is going to be electric.
But that's two primetime games in spots that I hate.
Yeah.
Like we're terrible in primetime, so that's another thing that we have to take into account. But yes, continue.
But
hypothetically,
momentum-wise, you're sitting at 5 and 6 going to Green Bay. If you go in on that stretch and somehow beat Green Bay, because I think that's a very tough game to play because of the dynamic of a Thanksgiving Day in Green Bay.
It's going to be freezing.
It's going to be. I mean, it could be a hit or miss. It could be chilly. It could be freezing. It's going to
be freezing.
It'll be cold for sure. But the atmosphere there is going to be insane.
Yeah.
How well is Jordan Love going to be at that time? That's something to take consideration. He doesn't look 100%. But reality is that's going to be a tough place to play on prime time. Literally the last slot on Thanksgiving. Like everybody is going to be watching that game.
That game.
So
that's going to be fire though.
If you can win 4 in a row and you're sitting at 6 and 6, the dynamic of the season has drastically changed.
Yes. To an extent.
Because I understand what's to come, but there's a moment.
But it's not even to come because it also depends on where everybody else is.
Yeah, but everyone, look pull up who
I'm gonna tell you
who everybody's up there. Everyone, at the top. They all play each other, so people are going to fall.
All right, so Baltimore, let's just lock them in.
Baltimore is too good.
Baltimore or Pittsburgh are probably going to take the whatever 1 of those spots. The Chargers are playing very well. The Chargers though do have to go still face Cincinnati, who is in the same spot as them and us, and same with Tennessee. They still got to play Baltimore. They've actually got a very tough schedule ahead of them. They got to still play Kansas City. Yep. They got to play the Falcons. Like they've got a pretty decently tough schedule, but they can beat Tennessee this week, and then they can beat Cincinnati, and then probably I don't know. I'd still take Baltimore, but they're looking much better than I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be terrible. And they're 5 and 3.
Yeah.
Denver does not scare me, to be honest. I don't even know how they're even good. Their defense, I guess, is
their defense
good.
has been good. And,
but like, holy cow!
But I mean, they're getting exposed a little bit. I think they beat a terrible Saints team right now. They beat a terrible Panthers team.
You know what the issue is though? Is that the Chargers?
They beat a bad Raiders team. Like they haven't played anyone. Yeah. They beat the Jets by 1 point. Like they haven't played anyone. They're going into what I think is a more difficult side of their schedule that they're gonna get a little bit of exposure.
The issue with the Denver Chargers and Cincinnati is that they all play each other.
Right.
Which is good and bad.
Well, they're going to cancel each other out. 2 of those teams are not going to be in the top at that point.
Hopefully not. But they're still 3 games ahead of us. So does it even matter? They just can't lose 3 in a row because then we're still going to be ahead of us. Is what I'm saying. Like we still have we need other teams, even at 6 and 6, like we'll still be out of the playoffs. Like we would still need a lot to happen, and we need a lot in our favor to happen.
Oh, technically they're 2.5 games because they haven't had their bye. So,
okay, yes, fair.
Technically, they have to lose 2 games, and then a bunch of tiebreakers come into play. And like you said, they all play each other. Then you have the Jets that are looming there. We play them twice.
You have to beat the Jets twice.
You have to beat them twice.
Sweep the Jets. If you don't sweep the Jets, it's over.
Exactly.
They're fighting with us.
2 games you have to win. just because of the nature of where the standings are and all that.
Yeah.
Then after that, I mean, that's really it. The other teams will cancel themselves out, and then we have to not lose more than game, hypothetically,
but we still
2 games max.
We still have to go to Houston.
Which Houston doesn't look great right now.
Yes, but that's going to be in 6 weeks when they're going to have they're going to be a bit healthier than they are now, and they're still 6-2. Even as bad
I'm
as
not taking anything away from them, but
Okay.
I don't think they look as good as what maybe we thought they were going to be.
Then we play the Niners, who again haven't looked
At home.
as good as before. They're still very good.
It's a
They're
home
still a
game.
good team.
We play well at home.
And then we go play primetime in a tundra in Cleveland, which Cleveland's a dumpster fire. But
You're
it's
going to
a
tell me
Sunday
that you don't
night.
think we could beat Cleveland in Cleveland, even if it's
No.
18 degrees?
What has proven to me that we can? What has proven to me that we can?
the last 2 weeks with the way this offense is playing? You think that the Jameis Winston's going to go and throw for 500 yards against us?
They did it against the Ravens, who are much better than us.
Yeah, but do you see Jameis Winston? I'm the biggest Jameis fan.
I
in the
get
world.
it, but you can get a good Jameis and you can get a bad Jameis. It depends what Jameis we get, but it's going to be freezing, 18 degrees. Our team's going to freeze out there. Granted,
I think if
I
this
would still
team's
think we're
sitting at that
favorites.
6-6, 7-6
You know?
mark at that point, that they have a lot more to play for at that point.
I agree, but it doesn't mean that they're not a guaranteed win.
Nothing's guaranteed.
No, but I'm saying we can lose to them. Like
100%.
But the issue
But
is
to
that we
me,
have
the
to
more
win out.
losable games out of all those is going to be Houston, Green Bay, and San Fran. Like those,
And one of the Jets are very toss-ups.
I agree, but you have to win those games.
I know you have to, but I'm trying to
With
tell
the
you
team-
is that I can't say that we will.
No, of course
I can't. We're 2-6.
I get that.
We are 2-6.
But if you're going to look at the games that you must win,
Well, they're all
versus
winnable.
the games that are
every single game on the calendar is winnable
right, every
because
game
it's
is losable.
but every game is also losable.
Yeah.
We are not the Chiefs and we are not the Ravens, where I feel confident enough that I'm like, oh, that's a win, and even they lose
Yeah.
except the Chiefs, who are freaking
The Chiefs
8-0.
are undefeated.
But like I don't know, I just don't have the confidence in this team, and God forbid we just lose one more game. I think this team is going to collapse on itself.
It can't.
Again,
It can't lose a game in the next 4 games because then it really
Well, they
kind of
can't.
derails
They can't,
the
yeah.
momentum. It could lose one game in 6-7 weeks,
Depending
because
on how it
depending
goes,
on
though.
you have to
Let's-
see how
yeah.
everything else goes. Yeah, but you know that everyone's not going to win out there at the top.
I know,
People
but,
are going
I know,
to
but
lose.
we would need somebody to win. Like the thing that scares me the most is that they all play each other, right?
Right, so you're worried that if they
they're
all kind of just
like
neutralize.
neutralize each other, they're still going to be ahead of us because they're still going to be getting wins, and they'll lose one and they'll win 2,
Right.
and we need them to collapse. Like we need teams to start we
We need one team realistically to lose 2 games. That's all we need.
we need
And we need to go.
Well, we need
and,
to and
and we
win
would need
out.
to win
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we need, so let's just look at the count. Let's see who we're, because essentially it's not even, I'm just not even watching Dolphins. Like I'm hate watching.
Yeah,
teams.
you
Like,
have to. You have to.
It's
Yeah.
it's hate.
You're
This is a hate
rooting
watch
for the
alert.
Chargers
This
to
is hate
lose
watch
every
alert.
week. You're rooting
Yeah.
for the Bengals to lose every week.
Yeah.
You're rooting for the Jets to lose every
I
week.
root for the Bengals to lose every week anyway, so.
And you're rooting for who's the other one?
The Broncos. Okay, so here's our rooting schedule this week. We are rooting for the Ravens on Thursday night.
Yep.
They play the Bengals. We are Ravens fans this week. We are rooting for, we are rooting for the Bills this week. The Bills
But that's fine because the division's
I
really
know,
out of the
it
picture.
sucks, but we are rooting for the Bills
Who do they
this
play?
week. They're playing the Colts.
Okay.
Who is, by the way, another team that's not in playoffs right now,
Yeah,
but
I'm
they're
not worried about
they're in
that.
contention. But yeah, I just
Yeah.
want everybody out. We are rooting for the Chiefs this week, who are playing the Broncos.
Damn it.
Yep. And we are rooting for the Titans. Although they have the same record of us, I am not scared of them.
No.
They are playing the Chargers.
Okay. All right.
And then
I like
we
that
are
slot.
then we are rooting for the Cardinals.
So perfect
who are
week
playing
is
the
us
Jets.
winning Monday night and all those teams losing.
And I'm going to parlay that. I'm going to parlay them all.
I like
The
that.
Cardinals is the last one we need because they're playing the Jets.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite picks of the week. Cardinals -1. So.
I'm intrigued to watch that game because the Jets
They're
are coming off a big win.
Listen, they are, and I don't know.
And the Cardinals have played 2 really good games in a row.
I think the Cardinals are
Cardinals
the
are
best. Are one of the, if not,
Aren't they in first place in their division?
yeah, the NFC West. Yeah,
Yeah.
They're what?
It's
They're.
not a joke of a division either.
I know, but still, you should handle that team at home. They're 5-4.
Oh,
They're
100%.
5-4.
I'm not justifying our loss at all, but I'm just saying credit to the Cardinals because they're all playing well.
Yeah. But yeah, so listen,
All right, that's our slot.
let's see if they do it. But now it's hate watch alert. It's time to start hate watching. we got a 4-week window where we have to make up ground.
Window,
And we need to essentially, after the 4 weeks, be either right around the contention or in there in the last spot.
You got to be 2 games back max.
And then you've got that momentum that you gotta pray and get in there. But
stay 2 games back of that 7th seed, and you give yourself a chance there at the end.
All right, back and we're going. Let's go. All right, come on.
I knew I'd convince him. I knew it.
All right. I gotta just let these things out sometimes. It's just like. But
That's what I've been doing for 4 days. Just the math. I'm like, okay.
No, I mean now I'm a hate watcher. Like I am openly. I'm on the hater report. Like I am rooting more for my enemies than I am even for.
Oh yeah, because we can do all the winning in the world. If everyone wins, it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, it doesn't mean shit. So like it's hater watch, and Dolphins went out. So you know what I mean? Come on.
I like that parlay, by the way.
I know that parlay is being watched.
That's gonna be nice. All right, so there you have it. There's hope for the Fins at some capacity. It's bleak, but there's hope. Something, just enough for something to grab onto, bro. That's all I need.
Yeah.
If we lose 2 in a row, then another 2, then
not even 2. You lose 1.
Then we turn off the lights, close out the pod. We'll talk golf or something, maybe.
Yeah. We're gonna be on
we'll become a Lions podcast, maybe.
Yeah.
We could become a Lions
podcast. We'll become just Florida Panther. We'll just talk
do Florida
hockey.
We'll just ride with the Panthers.
And
the Heat had a brutal loss last night.
I mean, the Heat third quarters are terrible.
Bro, what's up with that?
I don't know. Basketball doesn't start till February.
I know. But like, why can't we never hold on to a lead, bro? The Panthers are fucking elite, so we'll have
dominating
the Panthers to talk about.
Dominating in Finland, Barkey. That team's electric.
At least we have them to talk about.
At least, dude.
I can't talk about basketball. I mean, I know there's a bunch of basketball people and they're diehard Heat guys, and great for you. Yeah. I just can't talk about the Heat in fucking October or November, whatever the month we're in.
I love the Heat, but no, basketball doesn't start till after football season's over. Yeah. So I'm sorry. He had that much time to pick it up because,
In other news. Let's talk about our boy Rivers from FIU last week.
Oh my God!
Let's talk about that.
That's history. We witnessed
that was on
history.
ESPN.
We witnessed history, baby.
Top number 2 in top 10 plays. Broke an FIU receiving record. Let's give him some love. It was fun to watch.
That was the best game I've ever been to.
We kept saying it. Feed him. And then they actually started feeding him. And it was 50-yard bomb after 50-yard bomb. Yeah. What did he finish with? Like averaging 20?
10 catches. I think it was 10 catches for 295 yards. He was
averaging like 27 yards a reception,
something
right?
like that, yeah. Or I think it got to like almost 30 because I think it was 10 or it might have been 11. 11 for 295 and 3 tutties. So that was electric. I mean, FIU is, there's still a path for us because we have to win out and we get to a bowl game. It's just that we made the path so much harder because this team is good.
Sounds familiar.
I know. My teams are the same, but the team is good enough to we should just be 1 game out. We should be 5 and whatever the record would be. At this point, 5-3, 5-4. But
definitely should have 5 wins with this team.
Yeah, this team's the best team we've had in 3 years. The best team based on our combo with Mac,
they lost.
It was Monmouth, UTEP, Sam Houston. Those three games should have absolutely been wins. We actually should have been at 6 wins right now.
You can make the argument about that FAU game too, bro. I know.
Yeah, I'll let that one go. I'll let that one slide.
We played too well of a game.
I agree, but I'll let that one slide because
that one hurt.
It's different than the other ones in terms of Monmouth is Monmouth fumbling at the 1-yard line to lose the game. That's unheard of. Sam Houston was one of the worst games I've ever seen in my entire life, and it's at home. And then UTEP again. UTEP, your quarterback goes down, but still, the team's awful.
UTEP was the 0-6, right? At that time.
Yep. So I mean, we can be at 6 right now, but I agree with what Mac told us in the preseason, before the season started. This is the best team he's had.
Yeah.
And I've seen it.
It shows, bro. The defense is great. Outside of 1 or 2 games,
talking about
teams
that make mistakes or do stupid things to ruin momentum.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Yeah,
FIU and the Dolphins situation.
Similar,
They had some QB injuries, obviously.
Yeah.
Not obviously for that extent of period, but the mistakes have crushed them in some of these games. Games that were winnable games, and then they end up losing them.
Except the opposite, because our defense is much better than our offense.
Right.
But listen, we still have a chance. It's going to be very hard. I'm confident in the last 2 weeks. It's next week. We got a bye week. Next week is
this week.
Yeah, bye week this week, and then we play at Jacksonville State. So that's
a doozy.
That's going to be the game. I mean, if we can beat them, then it's back. The Bulls talk is back on because we can.
The momentum's there.
The momentum's there,
and you got the hardest win that you needed to get in that stretch.
Exactly. So let's see. Let's see what they do. I'm confident. I'm semi-confident they could do it. It's all dependent on Jacksonville State. If Jacksonville State if we beat Jacksonville State, then I might have to fly to Kennesaw State because I might have to do that trip because I might just have to will the team to win. I mean, they're on a roll.
You have to streak, and I think that'll do it.
Let me write that down.
Speaking of college,
I thought you were gonna say talking about streaking.
Oh,
that's cute. I don't want to hear it.
I actually let me check it out. I'm gonna pull it up, but yeah, go for it.
The college football playoffs poll.
Didn't it come out last week?
No. This is the first one.
Oh. Yeah, let's hear it. Or you want to read it?
I'll let Dave read it because he has the mic.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a shocker.
Breaking news?
Yeah,
Banana, banana.
That's a shocker. So they've got. Wait, hold up. Wait, this can't be. Wait,
I mean, at this point, everyone's going to have seen it by Thursday, but. Huh?
Wait. Am I.
No, he's actually, he has it open.
Okay.
On ESPN Twitter, right?
All right.
ESPN X.
Number 1 is Oregon. Number
Bulldogs.
2 is Georgia.
Go Bulldogs.
Number
Red Georgia? It says Ohio State.
What? Oh
see, look,
my
but look,
God.
this is. I'm on ESPN. This is the first CFP bracket.
What's going on here? Let me see.
But they have
The bracket
they
or
have.
the standings?
I have the bracket. All right, send me the standings. The
What's the
bracket.
hell's the difference between the
they've
bracket and the
they've got
standings?
they've got BYU at the 4th spot because the top 4.
Well, maybe the seeding.
Yeah, it's a seeding is what
yeah,
they're
that's what's more. That's technically what's more important.
It's because they have BYU winning the Big 12 and they have Oregon winning the Big 10. So
Oh, because it's the 4 conference
Yeah.
winners.
all right, let me
Gotcha.
see. Let me see.
Well, no, I mean, I'd rather go off of that because that's how it would play out.
Potentially, yeah.
No, I mean, yeah. If that's how it
Okay.
finishes, that's how it would play out.
All right, fine. I'll read this bracket one.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
would you read the actual top 10? 1 Oregon, 2 Georgia, 3 Miami, 4 BYU, 5 Ohio State, 6 Texas, 7 Penn State, 8 Tennessee, 9. Bro, why are these orders so weird? Indiana,
Oh,
10 Notre Dame, 11 Alabama, 12 Boise State.
That's
Is how it would break down. So it'd be
And then the first 4 seeds
Have a
get
bye.
first round bye.
first round bye. So first round would go Boise State, Ohio State,
fire.
Indiana, Tennessee, be sick game.
Sick.
Alabama, Texas, sick game. Penn State, Notre Dame, another sick game. I think those
bro,
are
end the season right now.
yeah.
End
Chill.
it right now.
Miami needs to get upset in the ACC
They'll
championship.
still make it into the playoffs, though.
Yeah, I know, but they won't get the 3 spot. Actually, how does that work? Because what if, let's just hypothetically speaking, if let's just say,
You had a great week. Clemson lost.
well, let's just say
Pitt
this.
lost.
Clemson, Pitt.
What happens if maybe you
Clemson
know
has
it's for,
2 losses now.
but
Yeah.
what if Clemson picks up even a 3rd loss, or let's just say the 2 losses, right? Miami goes undefeated. Let's say SMU loses, whatever, and Clemson with 2 losses beats Miami in the AC championship. They automatically get the 3 seed because I'm pretty sure it's by the champions. Like the 4 buys
Really?
are not, because Ohio State would have a bye if not, but they don't. BYU does because it's the 4 champions get the bye.
So they're predicting BYU to win the Big 10,
The Big 12.
Big 12.
Because they have Oregon winning the Big 10, which is why Ohio State's the 5 seed.
Gotcha.
So if Clemson beats Miami, even with 2 losses, they
God.
get the 3 seed. Miami will probably still
So
make
you
the
could be a
playoffs.
3-loss team, hypothetically, win the
but
conference.
that's what I'm saying. Like I think that's how it works.
Oh, yeah. The 5 highest ranked conference championship automatically qualify for the college football playoff.
Yeah. Damn, that'd be crazy.
Well, it says highest ranking.
It says highest ranked conference champions, not highest ranked conference teams.
The 4 conference, I think the 4 conference
Conference
champions
champion, you
get
have
the
to
bye
rank,
weeks. I think they
Let's
get the
say-
bye
or
weeks.
are you classified as a conference championship based off your record solely?
No, I think I don't. I think it's a
Well,
championship.
Let's say Clemson. I don't want to. Well, let's say Clemson hypothetically, like right now, Clemson's what, number 20? They're in the 20s right now.
They're 23.
If they pick up another loss, they'll be unranked. If they do win, they're not going to jump into the top 10.
But I don't think
If
it
they
matters. I don't think it
If
matters.
they win the conference championship,
I think they just get. I
that's
think it just
where-
goes to the conference championship.
well, would they even be
Let's see.
would they even be able to play in the conference championship?
Well, yeah,
with Pitt,
they would need they would
SMU?
need Pitt and SMU to also.
okay,
like,
yeah.
That's the
Right
hypothetical.
now, it's looking like Young's going to play SMU.
Yeah.
In the ACC championship.
That'd be a good game.
Because Louisville,
Yeah.
I mean, we beat Louisville and they just beat the brakes off of Clemson. Which which I saw was going to happen. I think Clemson had a kind of roster.
Can an unranked team who wins?
But
I knew that was gonna happen. I hate you guys for making me make that pick. Ridiculous.
Okay. I mean, I think right now, I think we're heavily favored to win the ACC at this point.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it would be an all-time choke job if you guys
The
didn't.
champions of the Big 12 will almost certainly routinely qualify, though along with the highest ranked championship from the... Yeah, there's no minimum ranking for the 5 highest ranked champions.
Yeah, I think you just, if you win your conference.
We get there, 'cause this is the first time they're doing it.
No, I mean, that's what it is.
So
if you lose the ACC championship to SMU, they're the 3 seed, basically.
All right, so here are the full Here are the full playoff rankings. So,
which is cool because it makes the power of that conference championship that much more important.
Yeah. All right, so you got Oregon, Ohio State, Georgia, Miami, Texas, Penn State, Tennessee, Indiana, BYU, Notre Dame, Bama, Boise State, SMU, Texas A&M, LSU, Ole Miss, Iowa State, Pittsburgh, Kansas State, Colorado, Washington State. Wow. Louisville, Clemson, Missouri, Army.
Yeah, so where's Colorado in all of that?
20.
No, but in
if they win the Big 12, they get
which
that.
Is where, okay, so they need to beat BYU basically.
Yeah.
That's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Can't wait for
that.
They
would only meet in the conference championship.
3 games left in the season?
3 or 4 regular season games?
No, there's 4. There's 4.
12, 13,
well,
and...
we have a bye week. We have another bye week. So we play
well, yeah, you do.
Wake Forest. Those are our last 3 games.
Yeah, there's 4 more weeks.
Yeah, because you guys have you guys have a late bye.
We should sleepwalk through the rest of the division.
4 more weeks.
When it gets dangerous, Poochie.
No, I don't.
Got to get through Georgia Tech this week, by the way.
They might be without their starting QB.
And if they're not?
I still don't think they're.
Yeah, because you guys are the only 9. You guys are one of the only 9 people to play 9 games already. Georgia Tech, you got Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, and Syracuse.
This is the time of the year where teams are trying to spoil shit for other teams. You're going to get the best out of everyone right now.
We already do get the best out of everyone.
I know, but even more now.
That kid from Duke, that kid Joshua Moore, who might as well just be a future Hurricane, made the most insane catch.
Cuse, 6-2. Don't count them out either on the road. Thanksgiving weekend.
Listen, I mean, I do believe that every team gets a 15-point attribute boost when they play us. I mean, these kids from Duke are making catches like insane.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to get the best out of everyone.
But their best, so will beat them by 23.
Yeah. Oh, things implode at the end of those games for you guys.
They get hot. But the same thing, all these teams come out hot, and then they come back down to reality.
Pooch, where do you think? What's your percentage on Miami winning it all? Where are you at now? Yeah.
Like ACC or just
no, the whole
the national championship. Yeah. I'm going in hiding if that happens.
Here's the thing. The thing is, I mean, there's so much parity in college football right now. Like it's.
Like what percentage? How confident do I think? Like in terms of percentage, how confident?
Yeah, like your confidence level.
Solid.
Like
75%.
What?
75%? You're 75% confident that Miami's gonna win it all?
3 out of 4 times you would think they would win it, basically.
You're I mean, who knows?
Wild.
But Jesus Christ, that's high. I thought you were gonna go like 20%.
I thought he was gonna say like 30%. Like 1 out of 3. Like fuck. 75% is crazy. That means you think you could beat pretty much everyone in the top 10 right now.
Let me see what you're according to this thing. Let's see what you're. So your path, if you were to do that, your path would be to play.
Until the season ended today.
Right.
Today, yeah,
exactly.
You're playing your first game against either Alabama or Texas.
Okay.
I'd take Texas over you guys right now. Still, Bama. I think you guys are better than Bama. But Bama can still win.
Either one of those teams.
I would probably still take Bama, but I think Miami's better. I think Miami can beat
I think
those.
their defense is
I think
way
Miami
too
can beat
physical.
Bama. I don't know if they can beat Texas, to be honest with you, but let's see. Let's see how
It's a
Texas
matchup
plays out.
nightmare for both.
But okay, let's say hypothetically they beat one of the
they
teams.
would beat one of those teams.
Then they play Georgia, who honestly hasn't looked as good as Georgia has looked in the past. I think Carson Beck personally stinks.
I think
but
a good team will go. There's no way you can win games when your QB throws 3 interceptions.
No, I agree.
That doesn't happen.
I agree.
Yeah.
That really doesn't
He's
happen.
got to clean
So
that
you'd
shit
have to
up.
go through, let's say hypothetically, a Bama, Texas, or a Georgia. Ideally, it would be a Penn State Miami game would be sick. And then you'd have to face an Oregon or Ohio State, most likely on the other side. So you're saying
Oh, no.
In the
75% of the
championship? Oregon
chance.
or Ohio State in
No,
the
you
championship?
wanna see Oregon in the national championship.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So you're saying 75% chance that you guys win.
I think so, bro.
I love your
None
optimism,
of
my
these
friend.
teams have shown like to be like insanely like. At least Georgia has had a few close calls, and I don't think Carson Beck's playing he's playing his worst football.
Yeah, but you
He's
can't say that
terrible.
because you guys have had a bunch of close calls too against worse teams.
I mean, Kentucky.
I mean, it's an SEC team, just like the same thing like Louisville is, just like the same thing.
Yeah.
Who else have you guys
Oregon
played?
almost lost to Boise
Almost
State.
lost to a Cal.
Oregon almost lost to Boise State.
That's true.
Boise State's fucking
That's-
number 12 in the nation.
That is true also.
Well, at that point, they were
So
on-
you've had close
They're good,
calls.
though.
I know, but like Louisville's pretty fucking good. I think.
They're
You've
not
had-
ranked.
All right, so
No,
you've
They're not ranked.
they're ranked now, yeah.
Now they are, but they weren't ranked last
they are.
weekend.
Because they knocked them out.
So
Yeah. No, they weren't ranked when you guys played them
no,
either.
they weren't. They're on a 2-game losing streak
Yeah.
or game lose.
22.
No.
No one's really looked good besides
Here's the
maybe
thing,
Oregon.
You've had close games with Virginia Tech and Cal back to back, and Louisville, and Duke really only for a half.
for 3 quarters and a half. That fourth
Yeah.
quarter.
Louisville, I mean, you're what? That Louisville game was insane. I thought
The
we were-
Cal one, I mean, the Cal one
That
is
game was
the insane
insanity.
one. The Cal one is insane.
Oh, but Cal's been actually playing some pretty good football. Outside of their couple, they've been beating teams pretty well.
They
Oh,
lost.
Cal's
They
not
lost.
bad
They were on a 4-game losing streak until
Yeah.
this week.
until this week, yeah, where they put up like 40 points.
They,
or something
yeah, they
like that.
smoked Oregon State.
I mean, look, if that's the path, that's possibly like the hardest path.
That's a brutal path.
It's a brutal path.
Which, I mean, that's because Alabama right now is number 11, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think.
Yeah, that's why.
I
Because
don't
you have
think-
these teams at the
Well,
bottom.
I
that
don't
are
think.
so-
I actually don't think Bama's gonna make it.
You think they lose?
I think they lose this weekend. It's in my locks.
To Ole Miss?
LSU,
Oh, LSU.
At
that's right.
LSU.
Wait, who plays that? Who plays Ole Miss?
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Are they in the top 12 right now?
No,
They are
they're like
14 or 15.
yeah,
They're
they're.
a 2-loss team right now, right?
They are.
Mhm.
But if they run the table, I think they'll get in.
I don't think they run the table. They haven't looked good to me.
I think they do. I think they're low key good.
Are we giving our top 12 predictions right
I'm
now
actually
with 4
down
weeks
to.
left?
I'm down to.
Is it?
I do have a little bit of a tough one, but all right. Let's.
Maybe not the top 12. You can predict the 4-week buys, the bye weeks.
Oh,
No,
top
I can do 12.
12.
Let's do
Top
12. I got 12.
Let me pull up the rankings here real quick.
They're gonna bone somebody.
Which you're looking at the playoff rankings, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking at the AP top 25
Oh,
right
you're
now,
looking at
but
AP top 25.
but yeah.
Okay. Is UM4 in that list?
4, yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. Let's see. Who do we got here? All right. This is tough,
All right.
bro.
I think the top 3, the top 4 right now, to be honest. I think Oregon, Georgia, Ohio State, Miami should make the playoffs. Like unless something crazy happens, those 4 teams should be fine. Even if Ohio State gets the 2 losses, like if they lose to Oregon, the Big Ten championship, like they're still gonna get in. Or if they lose to, maybe they don't lose. If they lose to Indiana, maybe not, but maybe they do. Who knows? I think there will be 2 lost teams in this playoff.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Texas should be in, even though that last game of the season against Texas A&M is sketchy. But if they run the table until then, I don't know. I don't see them not getting in. I think Penn State's pretty much a lock to get into. I think also the loss to Ohio State, is almost a blessing and a curse. It's a curse because obviously it's a loss and it's Ohio State. But if they run the table and they don't have to play the Big Ten championship, they're gonna have 1 loss, and so they're kind of in. I think Miami's a lock too. I would be shocked if Miami lost in the regular season. I think Notre Dame's got a shaky schedule to end it out. I mean, they should beat Florida State this weekend. They should beat Virginia, and they hypothetically should beat Army, but
We
Army's
got
looking
Army and USC at the end. Yeah,
And
that
USC.
Army Notre Dame game is going to be a big determining factor for a lot.
Yeah.
Because if Army somehow wins that game,
yeah,
now you're talking they can get in the college football playoff.
yeah.
They're 25 right now.
18.
They're 25 in the college football playoff ranking.
Army's
now.
18.
Yeah, but they're 25 in the college football playoff ranking.
Oh.
You gotta look now. The only thing that matters right now is this ranking, the college football playoff
Yeah.
rankings.
Yeah, the AP doesn't even matter anymore.
Oh, I thought that's the one we were looking at.
I was looking at it because that's what's on Yahoo right now. But,
Okay.
But
bro, but all these numbers are different. This one's saying that Colorado's 25 in this one,
Colorado
and
At
Army
20.
at 20.
Colorado's 20 in the college football playoffs. Yeah. Listen, I mean, I don't know who's gonna. I don't know if I don't know. I like Colorado getting in there. If Colorado wins out and they win. I mean, if Colorado just wins
I like
the Big
Colorado
12,
getting in there too.
Colorado wins the Big 12, they're in.
I'm not prepared for this.
Yeah, same.
We'll
I think
do this next week.
Yeah, if LSU wins out, they're in. Like they're gonna be that 11 seed.
Well, here, if you guys want, you can give a sleeper. Like, who's not in there right now that you think at the end of the season will be in the top 12?
Army.
I'm gonna go Colorado.
Colorado's a good one.
Or LSU. Honestly, I like LSU. LSU's not in it right now, but I think I like LSU a lot this weekend. So I think if they win this weekend, I think if they win out, I think they're a lock to go to the playoffs. Big brand, 11-2.
I'm gonna say Iowa State.
Not after the loss this weekend though.
I know, yeah, they've been playing terrible.
They have to win. They'd have to win the Big 12 to get in, which they can.
I think Ole Miss is too far out now to be able to have a chance to.
If Ole Miss runs the table, they might get in.
They can, but I just don't think they're playing well enough. They would have to drastically change.
It
starts this weekend.
They have to beat Georgia this
Yeah,
weekend.
it starts with Georgia this weekend.
That could be one of Kansas State.
All right, you got Kansas State. I got Colorado.
I got Army.
Okay.
For Army, it comes down to they upset Notre Dame. They're in.
Yeah.
Which I mean, Notre Dame already put a shit show against Navy.
No, I know. They showed that hey, I don't give a shit if you're undefeated. We're gonna go and we're gonna kill you either way because we're a better team. But Army hypothetically was a better of the two, so we'll see. And I think that game's in Notre Dame. I mean, that's a long shot and a half for Army to get in.
Actually, I think it's in Navy and Army.
Really?
No, you're right. It's at Notre Dame.
Okay. Speaking of Notre Dame, next year I know it's way super ahead, but next year you have
open season.
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Here?
The home openers against Notre Dame.
Oh wow, that's sick. I didn't know that.
That's nice.
So, I think our schedule goes Notre Dame.
Is that the same week Penn State
Florida.
plays FIU?
No, that's maybe it might be.
It's Notre Dame, Florida, and then we play one more.
But Florida's later in the Florida's the last week of September next year.
Is it?
I know because I'm at a wedding that weekend. All right, you want to jump into some picks?
Yeah, let's do picks. Let's go for it.
All right.
You jump in college football first?
Yeah, let's do some college football first. All right, I've got a couple. Okay, so first off, all right, let me go here. Let me mark these down. All right, I'm going Georgia minus 2.5 against Ole Miss. I don't know. I think Georgia has not been the Georgia of the past. I still think they're very good, and I think they're going to take care of business and knock Ole Miss officially out of the playoff running. Although, Ole Miss wins this, that's a whole different thing. I'm going with the dog pick. Kind of already alluded to it. I am going with LSU money line. I think LSU at home is going to beat Bama, and knock. That's essentially a playoff definer. Like if Bama loses this game, they are officially out.
They still can't get into the SEC championship?
Not with 3 losses. No, they cannot. And then Penn State minus 13.5. I think they're gonna crush Wisconsin at home at night to bounce back after that shitty Ohio State game.
Yep.
And then all right, just give me my where is it? Give me my sleeper to get in the college football playoffs. Give me Colorado minus 3.5.
Nice.
Against Texas Tech, coming off a big win for Texas Tech, but I'm gonna take Colorado.
All right, I like that slate. All right, gonna start with a good Thursday night game.
All right.
When you're listening to this, hopefully you're listening to it before 8 p.m. on Thursday. It is going to be the over in the App State Coastal Carolina game.
What's it at? Over what?
Yeah, 62.5.
62.5.
I want a shootout in that game. I want touchdown after touchdown. I want
Adding it to my
Thursday.
card. Adding it to my card. I love that. I love that. Actually, I freaking love that play.
So we're gonna take that on Thursday. Then we're gonna get into the Saturday games. And you know what? Why not? Let's do it. Georgia Tech covers against UM -11. Gotta just get that in there. And then let's see, who else do we like this week? We are actually going to trust FSU this week.
No.
They are 26.5-point dogs. I don't think they're going to cover, but you know what? You got to show them love. I haven't picked them all year.
Okay.
We're going to pick them once this
26
year.
and a half.
Then
I
we
want
got-
to know, and Andre's coming off an 0-5 week.
Should be 1-4. I mean, check the tape. I had a pick made in that pick game, and they made me jump on it with them. So should be 1-4. Just saying. And then Penn State, we got to have a conversation, Dan.
Yeah, that was bad.
Army versus North Texas. Army is 5.5-point favorites. I have them to cover. Army guys all year.
I will
We're
say
gonna keep
North Texas sleeping, but yeah, I'm just saying,
Army, all
they're an
fucking week.
offensive juggernaut. I am telling you right now.
If Army covers, I'm joining the Army.
What's the? Yeah, that's it.
Is
Wait,
North Texas actually been?
what's the over under?
They
on
lost
that
to
game?
Tulane last week. Come on.
Tulane's good. What's the over under?
The over under is
America.
where is it? 63.5.
Tempting. That's what the young one is too. I was thinking about it, but all right.
That's kind of high.
Yeah.
We
We say, 63 is too high as we just took 62 and a half.
It's a Thursday night game. That can go one of two ways.
Holy cow.
And then let's see. We had another pick in here we wanted to take. Let's take Pitt with a bounce back, 7.5 to cover.
-7.5?
Yeah, -7.5. Take them to cover.
Where are they playing?
They are playing Virginia.
Okay.
And that's it for me for college.
All right. Poochie.
All right, first game, Friday, UCLA +6 against Iowa.
+6.
They've actually been covering all year.
They have. They've been low-key bouncing back. They've bounced back since the bad start.
The UCLA's been pretty good. They've been a good bet for me. Miami to cover against Georgia Tech.
Good
Okay.
pick. Good pick.
That's baby food. I'm gonna take Boston College money line against Syracuse
All right. BC money line.
Okay.
because I think we need to get Syracuse out of the picture. I think we need to get now.
Oh my God. Are you scared? Are you scared of
He's
Syracuse?
scared.
Holy
No.
cow.
That's what I just heard.
No, I'm telling you that. It's 75% over there. 75% over there.
Because we need to get Syracuse out of the picture. Where's that coming from? That seems like a place
Yeah,
of fear to
yeah.
me.
I know, but
That's fear.
two, I'm like, bro,
That's
just widen
fear.
the gap, but just solidify our
That's fear.
Syracuse.
That is fear.
Fear.
Fear. You're
Fear
scared.
alert.
You're scared of Syracuse.
Army -5.5.
All right.
Andre will both be joining the Army.
Yeah.
It'll be a listing. And I'll put Virginia Tech +6.5 against Clemson.
+6.5.
And then my last pick will be
Ooh.
South Carolina -3.5 against Vandy.
You love South Carolina.
-3.5 against
Dog.
against Vandy.
South Carolina.
Damn,
South
Pavia,
Carolina has
baby.
been good.
I know,
But
but
Vandy's been great too, man. Good for them.
South
They turned around
Carolina's-
that program drastically.
Didn't South Carolina subset?
they did Texas A&M.
Yeah, so I don't know how South Carolina is ranked right
Because
now.
I think they're 5-3
They have three losses.
because they lost to LSU, Bama, and Ole Miss. They have a crazy schedule
All
actually.
those losses, none of those have
Wow, and they
lost.
played Clemson the last week of the season.
Oh shit.
But the thing is that all those games have been close. I think they've covered all their games.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
they've played really well this year.
So those will be my picks.
They just have a gauntlet of schedule.
Okay, so I've got your picks, and then we will go NFL. I am starting Dolphins money line. All right, here we go again. Dolphins money line.
Let's put that in for me too.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Oh no, cooked.
Tremendous.
That's dead.
That's
Okay, Dolphins money line.
or hypothetically, should we go against them because
I'm
we
thinking
keep
about it.
picking them? And
No, but I
then
can't
we
not.
keep losing?
I can't.
No, I can't pick
I can't
against the
pick against them. I
Dolphins
just can't. Okay, I've got the Cardinals money line. I
Love
got
that
Cardinals or -1, whichever one.
Right.
I like that. And then it's going to be the fade our opponent's parlay. I am going to parlay the Cardinals, the Titans +7.5.
Okay. Love it.
Shit.
Do it.
Should do money lines. Give me the Ravens money line. Give me the Bills money line. Give me the Chiefs money line. Give me the Titans money line, and give me the Cardinals money line. 5-team parlay.
The perfect week parlay.
Yep.
The perfect week parlay. That's what we're gonna call that one.
Perfect week parlay.
We love that.
And then my dog is going to be. My dog's going to be the Panthers. I think the Panthers are going to beat the Giants.
Nice.
I
like that pick. I was looking at that one for the dog of the week. All right, let's get into this. I am going to take the Vikings to cover the -4 against the Jags.
-4?
Yep. We are going to take. Oh, that's my dog, so I'm not going to take that yet. Let's see. Let's take the Lions to cover -3.5 on the Texans.
Lions are so good, man.
Yeah, and I think they're going to rally around what they did at the trade deadline. Everyone's excited. I think there's just a lot of good momentum there. Let's take the Patriots to cover against the Bears.
I like that one too. What is it? +6?
They're +6 against the Bears.
I like that one a lot.
And then we will go with our dog of the week, which is going to be the Tennessee Titans against the Chargers.
Let's go.
Which is part of the perfect parlay.
Yes, part of the perfect parlay. Bucci.
Okay, my first pick is Steelers money line against the Commanders.
Wow. Okay.
The Bucks to cover +5 against the Niners.
Interesting. I actually
Bucks
like that pick.
+5. Steelers money line. I like that. What's that line of the Steelers game?
3.
3. Okay.
And then I'll do Detroit -3.5.
Okay.
And then my dog of the week. Dre picked the spread, but I'm gonna pick the Patriots money line.
Yep.
For dog of the week.
I like that too. I like the Patriots money line too.
Yep.
Alrighty. All right. Let's go rundown. I've got Georgia -2.5, LSU money line, Penn State -13.5, Colorado -3.5, the over in the App State Coastal game, Dolphins money line, Cardinals money line, perfect week parlay, and Panthers money line. Andre over in App State, Coastal Carolina, Georgia Tech +11.5, FSU +26.5, Army -5.5, Pitt -7.5, Dolphins money line, Vikings -4, Lions -3.5, Patriots +6, Titans money line. Pooch, UCLA +6, Miami -11.5, BC money line, Army -5.5, Virginia Tech +6.5, South Carolina -3.5, Dolphins money line, Steelers money line, Bucks +5, Lions -3.5, and Patriots money line.
Fuck yeah.
Holy locks!
Need a bounce back week.
Yeah. I need one too, by the way. I was making fun of Andre going 0-5. I went 0-4.5. So,
We peaked at week 1, honestly.
Hey, Pete, I've been doing really well until this last week.
As a collective, we all kicked ass week 1.
No, it was week 2. Week 2 was the one that we went like crazy numbers.
We went like 10-1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Shout out Cafecito Golf Club.
Yes.
Nice
shot.
hats.
These
Thank you
hats
for
are
that.
Fire.
These are dope. We're going to wear it on the course next time I play. And yeah, let's see if the Dolphins can start just one win at a time. 1 week at a time.
Please.
1 week.
Yes.
Start stacking the bricks.
Yes.
And then in 4 weeks,
Who knows?
just saying.
Oh my God, we're gonna
Just
be
saying.
in the freaking playoffs, man.
Let's go. See ya.